YouTube fam? It is Mary.
And Amma.
And today we are going to be doing part 2 of the 90 Day Fiancé franchise. And we did not talk about Thais and her guy, John's brother. We did not talk about Guillermo and that other girl. And we did not talk about
Ari and Vivian.
Yes, and then Yvette and Mohammed.
Yes. Okay.
So we're talking about that. And you're Mary.
And Amma.
And we invite you guys to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below.
Okay.
So we are going to get into Yvette and Mohammed. They have really been plucking my last nerve. Like Yvette, your friends are out of control.
Yeah.
And like, it's not, like, I feel like, because he's Muslim, like y'all want to try him extra.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
You know, but
Because
I just...
those questions that they asked him when they first met, you will not even ask a regular American guy that if she was dating an American guy.
Why would you
ask her that? Do you do porn?
How would you know how to do stuff? We all
Have
learn
you-
how to have sex. Like,
So
it does. You don't have to
ridiculous.
ask a person
So
that
ridiculous.
question. Like, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Like, how would you like if he was asking you, like, if a man went and asked a woman all those questions?
I know.
Like, it would be like sexual harassment.
Exactly.
As you sit there with your chesticles all in his
Yes.
face.
I know.
Like, y'all were really just trying to push this man.
I know.
And I just felt like,
Very
you know
inappropriate.
he's Muslim, you know he has his stuff. Just have basic respect for people. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. It's like, it's not even about, oh, he's Muslim, y'all want us to do this. No, just have basic human respect for somebody.
Yeah.
If I'm going on a date or if I'm introducing a guy that I really like with my friends,
Yeah.
and you're asking him about porn, that is the last time, that would be the end of our friendship.
Exactly.
Especially if this is somebody that I'm about to marry, somebody that I'm
Yeah.
confident and assured about. That's the last of our friendship. Like, you don't go and cross boundaries.
I know.
And Yvette, you want this man to go and be disrespected again?
I know.
Like, you also are 3 shades of crazy. Like,
Yeah.
the dots ain't adding up for me, sis. Like, you know, and then you want him to sit there at home as he puts a Foley in your child. Like where
13
are
She
you?
said something like 13 times a day.
A
You guys
day.
correct me if I'm wrong. But I think she said 13 times a day. He has to have in and out catheter. And I just feel like
Y'all know what that is?
really what you
That is
should
painful.
do, you should have a nurse come in.
A
and
hired
do
nurse.
that. Like, you shouldn't have, like, this guy is even though he's not a stranger to you, he's a stranger to your son in terms of giving care to your son. And you shouldn't just leave Muhammad. As a mom, I wouldn't do that. I'm not gonna leave him at home with my child. He just arrived and I expect
came
him
here
to be
for
doing
you.
this stuff. I'm just not. I'm not gonna feel as though he'll be competent. I will actually hire someone who does that, and then he can spend time with him and just enjoying him. Did he even know how to do this Foley thing?
And my
That
thing
he
is,
has to do, like, did he have training for that, or did you just teach him on the fly and expect him to do that? And it's such a personal thing to do.
just Google
I
it.
just wonder to myself, Yvette, just like the decisions you're making concerning your son. And I hate to say that because she's a mom and I'm a mom. I hate to say that, but
It's giving
It
like
is
you want a
just-
free babysitter and a free nurse. That's what it's
Yeah.
giving.
And you
it's not a
should-
good look.
No,
It's a
not.
horrible look.
It's not, especially when, like, your son has all these challenges. I will not. I was too much of a mama bear. I will not. Someone I'm into, he's not doing none of that stuff with my son. I'm going to get a professional who knows how to do that. You can spend time with him and just enjoy that process. But to be doing in and out catheter on my child, you just got here. I will not trust you that much to do that. I'm
And
sorry.
let's
I just wouldn't.
Yeah.
I
but
just wouldn't. It doesn't make any sense to me. Y'all tell us what you think.
but let's just assume you do have a nurse doing all this stuff. You have this man at home by himself with your child, like trapped in the house with this boy that has, these mental challenges and stuff like
And
that.
she seems to
I
be
would
going
not.
out, like, after work.
You're going out.
She
You're hanging
still
out with your
has-
girlfriends.
yeah.
Your girlfriends are coming with you to your job. Like, I don't understand. Where is
And
your
then-
child?
And then she keeps on saying things like, I don't know, because he's Muslim, if he wants me to give up my friends, and I just cannot give up my friends. And I'm like, are you, what am I watching? Are you in high school? Are you, like, unencumbered? You're a mom. Any friend should understand that. Like, even myself, before I had children and I had friends who had kids, I had to understand that their priority is different. They can't go out partying with me no more. Like, I had to understand that. I had a friend of mine who was a mom in college, okay? And I had to understand her priorities are different. Even at that young age of, how old were we? I think we were like 20 when she got pregnant. Like, I had to understand at that age, her priorities are different. She can't hang out with me on the fly. And how Yvette, this woman, isn't she in her 40s? How you don't know that in
The
your
squad,
crying?
the squad.
I can't give up my squad. I cannot give up my squad because he's Muslim and he can't.
My thing is, yeah, that's if this is such a horrible thing,
And you have
let
a
him go
child.
back to his country.
Ugh.
Okay, because at the end of the day, you knew he was Muslim.
Yeah.
You probably did not know that you had to give up your friends, which I actually do not agree with Muhammad with her having to give up her friends or whatever. But my thing
Nobody is
is,
saying give up his friends. And
my
he
thing-
told her that. He said, however, I need to tell you, I don't like your friends. They were rude to me. He didn't say don't go hang out
That's
with
what
them.
I'm- that's the point
I
I'm
don't
trying
want
to
to
get.
hang out with them.
No.
And he should be able to say that. God damn it. After your, how come you now curse it? After
that's-
your friends were so rude to him, he should be able to say, I don't want to hang out with
that's
them
my
no more.
thing, Yvette.
And you respect that.
He probably would not have had an issue with your
Gosh.
friends if they were just basic, decent human beings to him.
Yeah.
Like, just have basic moral respect for the guy. Like, that's it. Like, you come from a different culture, you have a different religion.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I don't know if I even want to understand it. But
Yeah.
I'm going to respect your boundaries.
Exactly.
Just like how you would not want a man to go and talk to you about your sex life
Yeah.
when he just met you.
Exactly. What if
And
he
what
had
you
turned
watch.
around and asked them
And say, well, do you do that? Do you watch
use
porn?
that?
Did you make
watch porn?
movies?
You will be like horrified. Yvette, do you?
He
did you
is so
hear how he's
out of
talking to
line.
us?
He's out of line. He's out of line.
Yeah, I know.
You know, so I just
Yeah,
felt
that
like,
was a double standard.
so I do not blame Muhammad for not wanting to be there. But also my issue with Muhammad is with his soft-spoken self. He can be quite rude.
Yeah.
You know, I just feel you back. I want my green card. And I got to get the hell out of here. But you said this so
You know
softly.
something?
You would think he's speaking sweet words to you.
I'm like, I want my
Green card. I have got to get out of here. And if you won't give me my green card,
so I
have to
can
go
work.
back to my country or get a new sponsor.
I know,
A new
I was-
sponsor from where? Sugar Mama's online?
Maybe. Maybe you got sugar mamas online. Oh my god.
I was like, what is going on?
I know.
Like, so I just felt like Yvette. And then you're still going on with this wedding. Like, I want my wedding. Why don't you understand?
Castle.
You are having all these red flags from this man, but you are still going on, I want this wedding.
I know.
Yvette,
how much
if you...
it means to me to have it in this castle.
I know your
this
man left you
woman-
before you left. You were left with a disabled child. It's not
Yeah,
easy.
because the father
But
didn't want to have to deal with that.
do not sit here and have a huge wedding just to say, I finally got married, just to get
Yeah.
divorced a week later, and he goes find another sponsor because you still haven't got him his goddamn green card. So, you know, Yvette, I don't know why you're wasting your time. You are a mother.
Yeah.
Like, you're here hooking up with some 20-year-old with
And he-
six-pack
and she is
abs who has
actually
a
a
voice
beautiful
softer than
woman.
mine. Like, I don't understand what
And
you're
softer
doing.
than hers.
Like, I don't understand what you're doing with your life. Like, I am genuinely confused and baffled.
And concerned.
Very concerned, especially for that child.
I know,
You know, I want to root for you, but I just
I know.
can't. I can't for you or
Yeah.
Muhammad. Y'all have gotten my brain cells have been deceased just watching your section of the show.
I know.
And I actually
Oh,
can't.
child.
I can't even talk about this anymore.
I know.
I can't.
Well, let's go.
They
to the
both
next
need to
one.
leave each other,
Yes.
and that is that.
Separate.
Thais,
Oh,
what are you
Thais
doing
and that-
with
and John's brother? 'Cause we can't
We-
remember his name.
the
Yeah.
one with the big body and the small head?
The one who cheated, I think, on the Olympics or World Championship. That one.
No morals, no character. Right there, you should know this is not the man for me. He did it not once, not twice, but 3 times. No character, no
Oh, he
values.
did it all for more than one time.
Yes, the first time they suspended him. The second time, I don't know if it was the second or a third time, but I know that for the second time, they actually removed him completely from the Olympics. Because I remember seeing this dude on TikTok.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So right there,
And he
you
is-
have no character,
I
you have
will
no
not be able
values,
to
you have no
come back.
morals.
Yeah.
And
I
your
know.
and even your fiance left you. and there you're stuck there with attached to the hip with your pervy brother who actually wants to be with Thais, but you can't see it, or you can't see it and you don't give a damn.
Yeah. So she did call the daddy because remember she had not.
But we didn't talk about all the other days.
Oh, we did. We talked about them for a moment. We have.
We didn't talk about them in the part 1 though.
No, we haven't. This is part 2. We haven't talked. But I'm saying in the
collectively, remember when they also went to Vegas? He said, "I'm not gonna marry a stripper like this or whatever stuff like that." I felt like
it's like marrying a stripper. If I marry you in Vegas, because
no, that's not what he said. He did not say it like that.
No,
she said that. Oh, let's get married, John. She drove him over there and all that stuff, whatever. He said, "No, this is how you marry a stripper." I looked her up and down.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah.
And she was hurt by that.
Because she thought that if she marries him, then she can tell her dad. But he was like, no, you need to tell my dad right now. Yeah. And John was there saying, no, you need to tell your father. Like, you and the creepy, like, you just want to be with her so bad. You are sick. You are sick.
He does. And his brother cannot see it. But,
anyway,
she called her daddy.
And I felt like that was going to be a mistake for him.
And then he got up, and when he realized that daddy was not feeling him,
he said, "This is not."
He left her.
He said, "Oh, this is not my place." Yes, he ran away. And then went and sat underneath his bike, like, meet me in the garage.
And John arrived, and John says to him,
"You just left her?
You just like abandoned her," or something. He said to that. But that's really what he did. And the father pretty much told her, "Look, the men in America, they may."
They are no good.
After they give you all these things, they're going to change on you when they get there. And she was like, she had already been seeing the change in John's brother in that he was, I don't know what this guy did.
He was rude. He was throwing money at her.
Very controlling.
Yeah, basically saying you can't do anything. Like, he paid for her hair and makeup. As a woman, that is just a violation. Because I don't know her. She has to try her makeup out on me. What if she burns my hair? And there are women that can be jealous of your hair and burn your hair on the day of your wedding.
And had the nerve to tell her that, because you can't talk to them because you need a translator. But you said so.
You speak both
English
languages, so what's the issue?
So he
to make her happy
for her.
But he doesn't care.
But this is the controlling thing. And then he doesn't want to get married in Vegas, but now we're gonna get married in, where was it? Somewhere in
Colorado, where his family is.
His family's everybody's gonna be there, so he has just decided, let's go ahead and do that. Like, he's making all these decisions, and so she says to him after she speaks to her dad, and her dad orders her to come home. She says, I'm going to leave. And we haven't watched it since then. But she did say that she was going to leave. So
she said, would you be mad at me if I left?
Yeah.
And that's where it ended or whatever, stuff like that. But I feel like, because so many times we watch these shows and we see these women go ahead and make these horrible decisions. Mm-hmm. Like, I watched Shahida, and I'm just like, God, I wish he would just leave Bilal, because it's going to end in divorce regardless.
But they don't.
But they just go ahead and make these horrible decisions. Yeah. I felt so elated when I saw Thais, or at least I'm hoping that's what I'm seeing,
of her on a plane.
that she's on a plane, she's leaving. Like, we're hoping to God that she leaves, because when you see these women, they make these horrible decisions that will ruin their lives. Just look at Michelle and Nate. I hate to bring that up, but I told you also. But I'm just happy that Thais is having some common sense, because the thing is, what's good about her is that she was so independent before she got with him. She had her own place. She wasn't living with her mom or her daddy. She was living her life. She comes here, and it's like she can't do nothing for herself. Yeah. So I feel like she should leave, and I hope she does leave, because we're going to watch it tonight and then we're going to review it.
Yeah, I hope that she does leave, because I think that it's such a red flag with him. And
he's so disrespectful.
He has that little shaky character already.
And his brother's very shaky with his herpes
on his lip.
His
brother also is very shaky.
You can just tell that man ain't got good taste. Y'all saw that pimple on his lip those last 3 episodes?
It looked like the herpes.
It was definitely the herpes, because it was right up here.
Allegedly. That shit don't know. For sure it is a herpes.
I don't know anybody who gets the pimple up here on top of the lip and then on the lip. Usually that's herpes. Anyway, don't sue.
We don't know. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, it looks like But we're not sure because we're not.
But he's very sick, the brother. If he could be with Thais, he would be with her in a heartbeat. Yeah. And that's what's scary.
Yeah, you can see that there's some jealousy there.
Like, he's always wanting to be around her. He's always watching her. Like the stalker that you don't really like, but is still around.
Yeah.
You know.
So that is it for them. Who else was over?
Free yourself, Guillermo. Free yourself.
Guillermo, and
his alcoholic.
Sarah. Okay.
The redhead.
Yeah, she's
so disrespectful. Just like Emily. Just like Emily.
I know. Sometimes the way she talks to him in front of her friends.
Like they get a high out of disrespecting men.
I wonder, like, you know, the way she'll talk about him. And he's right. Sometimes she talks about him like he's a child. And the thing, Sarah, that I wonder about, you don't want to give up your party ways. You don't want to give up your drinking. And I don't think he's saying for you to totally give up everything.
Nobody wants
the way that you're misbehaving and being inappropriate and being rude to him when you drink. And you yourself have said that you want to always be the last one to leave the party.
My issue.
It's so, but now you're getting married.
It's like uncivilized.
So why don't you have to... There has to be some kind of compromise. If it's something that he doesn't like, but he does go out with you, and he's like, okay, let's leave now. If you've stayed for, 5-6 hours, and, okay, you're not the last one to leave, you should be willing to say, okay, I'll leave. That's what marriage is about.
And my thing is, why do you want to be the last person to leave? Like, that's embarrassing. And on top of that, nobody, I don't care what nobody says. I don't care how long you've been friends with somebody. Nobody wants to deal with somebody who is blacked out drunk. Nobody wants to deal with that. Nobody wants to have to deal with you yelling and cussing and you being belligerent all over the place. And you're so heavy that I can't even carry you because you're basically dead weight once you're blacked out and I have to carry you home. And then you're acting like, oh my God, what happened last night? I was so drunk.
Did you really have a good time? I just wonder. Sarah, and you have to think, why am I doing this? Like
at some point you have to be civilized and you have to know when you can control yourself. Like the thing is, I feel the issue with people, and I was telling Mom about this the other day. I feel like people, we decide we want somebody to love all the parts of us that we ourselves even hate. Because it makes us feel like we're lovable. Even though we ourselves do not like it, we want somebody to love every part of us that we don't like. And that is fucked up.
It is.
It is effed up on so many levels. Because if you yourself can't even handle it, how do you want this person beside you to deal with everything that you hate about yourself?
She even said so on her Bachelorette. She said, sometimes I'm eating too much for myself, but she wants him to be okay with me though.
You're mentally not well. Because I would never, if I know something about myself that I do not like, I'm going to take my ass to therapy. Because I
work on that. Work on it.
Like, why do I want somebody to leave me eventually for the things that I hate about myself? Like, do you know how bad you will feel about yourself if they left you for the things that you hate about yourself? Oh, they hate it too? I guess it's not lovable.
Then I don't want him. I need someone to love all of me. But
nobody should have to love all of you.
You don't love all of you. I know.
Nobody should have to love all of the parts of you that are ugly. Who wants to deal? You have to be with this person for the rest of your life. You want them to get tired of it the first 5 years? Really? Really?
I mean, we all have our issues, but the ugly things about ourselves, we should be working on that. Right?
And if you can, perfect it before you get with somebody. Like, you should be healed. Like, you don't want to come to somebody, I always say this, don't come to somebody with your little spit water in the glass and expecting me to make it some miracle water from the lace of Jesus' feet. Like,
well, Zamzam water. Make it
exactly.
Zamzam water.
Like, don't expect me to take a little spit water and make you whole. Like, come to me with your glass full, and I'll come with you with my glass full. Like, this is not some spit swapping contest. Like that I don't want that for my life. And I don't think Guillermo deserves that for his life. His brother just died. And you want him to deal with you being an alcoholic? You will be by yourself in the rehab center, boo.
Then just say that. You don't have to marry me. You don't have to marry me.
You will be at the AA meetings by yourself, lady.
Anyway.
You'll be at the AA meetings by yourself, boo. I won't be there. I will not be there.
Yeah,
I'll be with
going on
somebody
with Sarah.
and with my own country, living life.
Yeah.
With under nobody's control. That's ridiculous. Like, do you hear yourself? I hope you're watching yourself on TV because it's embarrassing.
Hopefully the takes that she gets from other people, hopefully that will help her to change. Because I kind of feel like this, apart from everyone else, I think that this couple can actually work.
I don't think so.
No?
No, she's too controlling, and Guillermo is the one who put up with it so much.
Like, I hope
Like,
that
I
she
feel
will
like he has a
change.
sense of self
Yeah.
a little more than some of the other men.
Yeah.
He comes from a good family.
Yeah.
He's not one of those people that actually want to come to America and are like,
Yeah.
oh my God, the American dream. He's like, I have pride in my
no matter
country.
what.
I love my country. If you act the fool, I will take my ass back to my country and I'll have no issue.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I like about him, because some people don't have pride in their country. They want to come here and live the American
No matter
dream.
what,
That is fake.
They're gonna put up with all kinds of nonsense.
Yeah. So
And then they do like what a Pedro did to
Exactly.
Chantel. As soon as they get on their feet,
they go find the woman they really want.
Boom.
Yeah. So let's talk about
Ari and Binyam.
oh, is there another couple?
No, it's 4.
Oh, so we did 3
7.
already?
We did 3
Okay,
already,
look at us.
Look at that.
Ari and Biniam, they both need to free themselves from that relationship. She trapped that man. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say trap. I want to say
I
trap.
wouldn't say she
But,
trapped, but Binyam, for some reason, he loves
trapped
to have,
himself.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
he
sorry.
loves to have
I was thinking about Kobe.
American women, or foreign women, right, who are not from Ethiopia, and have children by them, and have the risk of them leaving him and taking his child.
And I really
And
don't
I don't
understand
know if
why.
that is something that I don't know, maybe he needs that kind of excitement, toxic excitement.
And
in
I
his
don't,
life.
I don't know
I don't know
why
why.
he does that, because the thing is, Ari is
Obviously.
nothing to look at, like, at all. I'm actually
Yeah.
baffled.
But
Like, you have beautiful
something-
women in your own country. Why would you risk having your child being taken away? You don't
Yeah.
love Ari anymore. Like, why keep doing this to yourself?
I know, and the thing is, I don't
Like-
know if he ever really loved Ari, and I don't know if Ari ever really loved me.
Well, I think they really, it
I
was
think
fast
they kind
though.
of just
They had a
got
fling
together,
one night. It was a
had
good
fling,
time.
They had this baby, and then now all of a sudden they gotta make this thing
Because
work.
technically she was still married to her other guy that she left.
Ah.
Because she left him, said that, oh, I just want to go and live my life for a little bit and
Oh, I
I'll
thought
come
they were
back.
engaged. I didn't know they were.
No. Yeah, I think they were engaged. They were
Okay,
engaged. She went off, said, I
Oh,
want to
that's
go
why
live
she-
my life and I'll come back. She goes to Ethiopia, gets
what she-
pregnant. I'm not coming back, I'm pregnant.
Oh, wow.
What?
Wow.
Like,
Right.
so she never said goodbye.
Mm.
But you have this fool around your family, which I just thought he's disrespectful. Like, I thought that she was crazy, but he just as crazy as she is.
They actually deserve to be together.
Absolutely.
Because when you see
Her and
both
the
of
ex.
them, they both look a little psychotic.
Even the mother.
I mean,
you
they
see
both
how their
look
eyes
a
like
little
dip? They like
bit-
go like this.
Yeah.
They're not well.
I don't know about the eyes.
But y'all just look at the way the eyes are slanted.
Yeah, they have that, like their eyes come up, but they have beautiful long eyelashes. She has beautiful long eyelashes. But, but what I will say is that, maybe they will work after all. I don't know.
They will not
I don't
work
know. Maybe
because
they
as
will
soon
work
as
after all, because they both are determined to stay together for the child.
you made a good point, and I think you should be honest.
Okay, tell me.
When
before.
Ari went to go see that child didn't run up to her.
That's
That
what I
she is
noticed.
not close to that
Yes.
child.
When
Biniam is a
she
good
came
father.
Home, right. I was so weird. She came home. Usually, every time I got home, which was very rare that I left the kids by themselves, with someone else. But anytime I would go home, they would run towards me, mommy, mommy, mommy. And it was weird that she walked in, right? And he did not even look up. He was there in the corner playing with the bow ties. And when she took the bow tie from him, he right away wanted to take it back from her. And and I guess the father had to say, it was okay or something. And then it wasn't until later on that, at the father's prodding, that the child went to her. So, and even she said, I see Biniam and Avi's relationship. It's so strong, and I don't know how. I can't see myself like taking Avi away, from his dad and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so she can see it. And if she left that relationship now,
Her parents wouldn't be there for her.
like, how is she gonna be able to take care of that baby? Like, she needs Vinny to be there because, like she said, he is the shining star, the shining bright light in her and Avi's life, in their
the thing
lives.
is,
So
her
she has
parents are not
decided to
supportive.
stay.
Her parents
Yeah.
would not be there for her. They're just as crazy as she is. The fact that
Yeah.
they got them an apartment that was 2 sizes too big
Yeah.
and was 2 expenses too big
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
And said, you have 2 months to
Double
pay
what
this.
they wanted to pay for it.
They say you have 2 months to pay this. You just
Yeah.
lets me know they're not supportive. Like,
Yeah.
I know my mom, she would at least
They're
give
like
me
those
6 months
pre-
to a
those
year.
Are those pretend supports.
Yes.
When the parents pretend to
They
support,
know
but they're
that's-
not really supporting.
In America, it takes you almost a month to get your first paycheck. So
Yeah.
you're almost working for free for a month.
Yeah.
And then you don't really start getting money coming in like consistently and at a higher rate for
Yeah.
at least 3 to 6 months.
And he doesn't have a green card, so you can't really work. Like
And he has to
that.
be there for 90 days,
Yeah.
and then you have to register for the green card. Then you have to
Yeah.
wait another few months. So really, it's all on Arby, and she's the mother. Well, mother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like my mom would at least give me 6 months a year, at least. So I just felt like they just aren't supportive, and they would not be sitting there in America helping you take care of your child.
Mhm.
So you I have to stay with Vinium because I can't depend on my parents.
Yeah.
That's what it really
I
is.
think when she has looked at the whole thing, now that she's in America, she realizes
I am on my
I
own.
am a mom.
I'm on my own.
Yeah. So I think she made a very wise decision.
I don't think it's fair though, because she's still holding him there, and
Yeah.
she was almost about to be pregnant. Thank God she wasn't.
Yeah,
But I thought it was
don't know
very.
why they're not easy. But then he said he wanted 10 kids.
You ain't got no damn job. I know
Yeah.
you're doing MMA fighting, but until it starts
Which I
rolling
hope that's
in,
a success.
which I think it will, because he's very talented from
But
what I
he's
can
also
see.
hardworking.
Yeah,
And
they
his
know work
hard
ethic
work
over
is
there.
He's gonna pay off.
Yeah,
That hard work and consistency will end up paying off. And he's just determined to somehow make her happy so that he can stay in Avi's life. So I think logically, they're both a little older, they both will make these logical decisions to be there for the child. Now, will it be long term after, I don't know, 15 years? I don't know. But for now,
you think
I
it will
think-
last 15 years?
yeah, I mean,
I give it 2
sometimes-
years.
Sometimes when people are thinking very logically, as long as what's his name, Alejandro.
I give it until he becomes a
Although-
millionaire with his MMA fighting. He finds another woman, and he has his green card. He is going to give it until then, because at least he can be in the country legally and take care of his child.
Yeah, he probably
He's not gonna
will,
wait too long.
try to
It's
meet
going to be another
sisters and
Pedro
stuff like that.
situation. It's going to be another Pedro situation. He's going to make his little millions. He's going to drop Ari. He's going to find the woman that he wants to have, and he's going to take care of his child in America. But he'll also bring his sisters over.
Beanie seems nicer than Pedro. Beanie just seems
He
like
might
a
not do the
nicer
ass cold,
person
But he gonna
than
leave Ari.
Pedro.
I don't even think Benny would leave Ari. I think Ari would leave him.
Yeah, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, she may leave him. But I don't know, I think logically she's thinking about it and like,
Well, I'm sure
you
she's
know,
thinking, who else is
he
gonna be
likes
with me?
Yeah, he likes me and stuff. Who else am I going to get or whatever? I think she's going to think about it more logically
We
about
hope
things.
so.
And he also is thinking logically too.
Yeah.
So, sometimes logic, if you're going with logic, I tell you, logic can carry you far in a relationship.
But how far?
It can
Until
carry
the common sense starts to come in.
He can carry you all the way till death do us part. Because you know something? That's how people in the olden days, a lot of people was logic. A lot of people were logic and they stayed together. So that's why when I look at both of them and the way that they're thinking, it's not like, oh, I just love you and I'm just so crazy about you. It is, this is good for Avi. He is a good father, okay? I'm going to try to make her happy because I am here for a mission. And, I want to get my green card. I want to be able to work. I want to spend time with my son, raise him in a family with my wife, with his mother. So it's a logic. It's not, I have this lust and all this stuff. So the logic will take them through. And as time goes on, as time goes on and you've been together for such a long time, maybe that love now will start to kick in. So let's see. I'm hopeful.
We will see. But I think that was everybody.
That was it.
Yes, but it is Mary.
And
We invite you guys to like,
share,
subscribe,
and
and down below.